Here's part 2 talking about what special edition book companies I've subscribed to and whether or not I would recommend them. Let's talk about Arcane. I was on the Arcane waitlist for a solid year. I will never cancel my Arcane because it's gonna be such a pain in the ass to get it back. The thing I like about Arcane is that their books are very well made. This was my first set I got from them, which was the Zodiac Wolves set. These are heavy. This is one of the newest sets I got, which are the Ever King series. These are very pretty, but the reversible dust jackets are ungodly gorgeous. This is one of my favorite artists. I love this artwork so much. Their customizations are always really, really good. It feels like these books are being made by fans of books and fans of special edition books. I don't think I've ever had to deal with their customer service before. All of my books always come really great. Their packaging is top tier. The one problem is that lately there has been a lot of reprints and issues with books. These Zodiac Wolves books were misprinted at the top. The wrong book was just at the very top. I didn't mind. They sent a replacement set of books though. They made it right. With the Shannon Mayer set, they had to reprint the dust jacket for Golden, but they did just send that to us automatically. So when mistakes are made, they do seem to make it right. There's a whole thing right now with the Anne Bishop set through Arcane. I did not get the Anne Bishop set. They messed up the books really badly, and they are not doing replacement printing at all. So there has been those kinds of issues lately, which is not great. But when they get it right, they get it really right. Illumicrate. Illumicrate is probably the one that I'm the least excited about when I get a book. The only reason I still have my Illumicrate subscription is because I want early access to sales. Every now and then they do a set of books that I really, really, really want, and I don't want to wait for them to go to general. Illumicrate also has unlimited skips. They sort of have unlimited skips. You have to get like one book every 10 months or something like that. I don't know what the exact rules are. I'm usually getting a book every 5 to 6 months from them, and I'm skipping the ones in between. Their books can be really hit or miss. For example, this is one I love. I think it's beautiful. Song of Silver, Flame Like Night. The sprayed edges are beautiful. Like, it pops on my shelf. It looks gorgeous. It's got a beautiful hard case. It's got beautiful end paper art. This one I was very happy with. This was Voyage of the Damned, another one of their monthly books. It's fine. It's fine. Especially with how many sprayed edge books are at Barnes & Noble now. This just looks like something I could just go get at Barnes & Noble. Illumicrate is probably the one that I say is not the one to get. Illumicrate's customer service is also notorious for being really, really, really strict. I have had to request replacement twice. One time it was on my Furyborn set. I had a rip in the dust jacket. They replaced it, no questions asked. Like, yep, looks good. Here's a new book. Another book I had way worse damage than the Furyborn set. It was like ripped and bent and the whole thing. And they're like, no, you can't replace it. So apparently it depends on who you get over there will help you out. And I have people send me pictures of how messed up their books have come from Illumicrate and are being told, no, we're not replacing it. So I think in terms of customer service, they are the least fun to deal with. Ultimately, with my book that was really messed up, that they said no to, I really pushed back and I asked to have my request like lifted up to a higher level, and then they did replace the book. But I don't like having to feel like I have to be a bitch to get something replaced. Also, Illumicrate's choices are not usually my thing. Illumicrate tends to pick out books you've never heard of before in your life, which some people like. For me, because I have so many subscriptions, I want something that sounds interesting. So that's why I skip it so much. All right, let's talk about Bookish Box. Bookish Box is the one that I have been with the longest. I have had a Bookish Box subscription since they did the Plated Prisoner series, I think in 2021 or 2. Whenever the initial Plated Prisoner sale happened, I joined just so I could have access to get those books. And I will say to this day, they are some of my favorite special editions. I love those books. I had both a Bookish Box adult and young adult, which then became Darkly and just regular. At the start of this year in January, I did cancel my Darkly subscription. Part of the reason I canceled it is because they had the worst skip policy out of any book box. They have since changed it this year, which means I probably would have kept my Darkly had I known about the change, but I canceled it before I knew how the skips was gonna work. So it used to be you could only have 2 skips in a whole year. Now you can skip as many as you want, but if you skip more than 4 in a row, then you do not get access to early sales. Now they have definitely a style to them. Most of their books tend to have this very square thing on them, which some people like, some people hate. I kind of like them personally. They've been doing some cool customizations that other book boxes don't do. Like this is the sprayed edge, but they do this thing where there's a new picture when you turn the pages. kind of. So there's been a lot of books that have that. They always do reversible dust jackets. Don't think their sprayed edges are the best. They're okay. But every now and then, this is for a monthly book they did. This is Devil in the Deep Blue Sea, and it came with a slip case. So some of their books do have slip cases, which I love. They'll do different things. They'll do things like this. They'll do naked books. They'll do books with like little like decorations on the side, like little metal things. And of course, you can't talk about Bookish Box without talking about the delays in the books. Now, are they catching up? Yeah, I also feel like I've said they're catching up about 400 times in the last 2 years. They are shipping out December's boxes very soon. Now it's March. At one point, I want to say they were 10 months behind schedule. They were at least 8 months behind schedule. So the gap has shortened. We're not fully there yet, but it has shortened up at least. It's not just the monthly books. Pretty much every pre-order special edition has been delayed. For the most part, I don't care. Things can be late. I'm not like super mad about it. Do I think it's ridiculous that we're still this far behind after such a long time? Yes, I definitely think it's ridiculous. I've never had an issue with customer service with Bookish Box. Now, the last one I needed help with was gold. My gold came damaged. I told them, I sent the book back to them. I did everything I was supposed to do very quickly, like within a day. I waited for my replacement book for 4 months. And I was pretty pissed about it. For books you already have printed and are in your warehouse, it is unacceptable to approve a return and then not send that new book out like right away. I was told they had to wait 4 months because they had to check their inventory. You've already agreed to a return. You need to send me my book. I was really angry and I sent some pretty mean emails to the person helping me. I did ask to have my thing escalated and she didn't do it and I was pretty pissed. But considering how many books I have gotten from them over the years, I have had very, 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 very few issues of books coming damaged. And then lastly, let's talk about the one that I actually recommend the most to people, and that is Owlcrate. I currently have 4 Owlcrate subscriptions. I am subscribed to adult, young adult, romance, and romantasy. Romance and romantasy are quarterly, and we have not gotten our first books yet. I have been a member of both adult and young adult for definitely over a year now, probably maybe closer to 2 years. I've never had an issue with Owlcrate. I have never had a book come damaged. Now, their books used to be very plain. This, for example, is Starling House. Most of their edges used to be just block sprayed edges. We all did a survey, I don't know, maybe a year and a half ago or something about what we would like to see fixed in the company. And I think everyone overwhelmingly said real sprayed edges. I haven't gotten a block sprayed edge book in a really long time. For example, this is my copy of Lady Macbeth, which I think is really gorgeous. It does have a detailed sprayed edge. It came with stamped case, gorgeous end paper art, and then this reversible dust jacket is one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. Love it. And I would say it's probably about a 50-50 split on their books coming signed or not. I am always so excited to get my Owlcrate books in the mail because I know they're going to be so pretty. I also vibe with their choices. Like the books they pick to do are almost always books that I want to read. So I always tell people if you pick one subscription, do Owlcrate. Now they don't do a lot of extra special edition sales of books. They're pretty few and far between, which for me is fine. I hope that helps you. And if you have any questions, please just ask in the comments. I realize making this video, I have way too many subscriptions and maybe I should evaluate that about myself. All right, have a good day.